Hello again. I'm June Anderson, and I'm so glad you stopped by Glass with a Class today. We'll learn a thing or two about a thing or two, and we'll see another lovely piece of depression glass. Today we'll take a brief look at fired-on color. I'll just go ahead and say this. I don't know what the process was for firing on the color, but it surely is pretty. People either love it or hate it, I guess, or maybe some folks are like me. I'm middle of the road when it comes to it. It's lovely, but it's not my favorite. I tend to like a plain colored piece of glass that you can see through. It's all lovely and should be appreciated, though, if for no other reason than the time period when it was made. Today's featured piece of depression glass is this set of candlesticks in the Oyster and Pearl pattern from Anchor Hocking Glass Corporation, which had several manufacturing locations, but its headquarters was in Lancaster, Ohio. The Oyster and Pearl pattern was manufactured from 1938 to 1940 and comes in pink, crystal, ruby red, and white, or vitroc as it's called, with fired-on pink or green, and on rare occasion blue. Apparently there were only 8 different pieces of this pattern produced. And as far as I'm able to tell, there were never any reproductions made, which is a good thing. But if you're looking to collect a set of dishes to fancy up your table with, you'll need to pick another pattern. Oyster and Pearl doesn't include plates, cups, saucers, or tumblers of any size. I love Oyster and Pearl for its add-on pieces, though, and you may remember from an earlier video that I collect mostly add-on pieces. We'll let Gene Florence help us out today with one of his mini glass books. See if you can match my description to the pieces pictured. The 8 pieces making up Oyster and Pearl's collection are a 10.5-inch ruffled edge bowl, a 5.25-inch heart-shaped one-handled bowl, a 5.5-inch one-handled bowl, a 6.5-inch deep handled bowl, a 10.5-inch deep fruit bowl, the 3.5-inch candle holders, a 13.5-inch sandwich plate, and a 10.25-inch oblong relish dish. Could you find some of them in these pictures? The candlesticks are about 3.5 inches tall and about 4.5 inches wide at the base. These candlesticks are the vitroc, white, with fired-on pink, and was named Dusty Rose. It also came in a vitroc with fired-on green, known as Springtime Green. There was also the rare fired-on blue. I don't know if it had a name or not. And an FYI here, glass companies rarely included the handles when measuring. I'm not partial to the fired-on look, but I do like it well enough to collect it. And I have another piece or two of Oyster and Pearl without the fired-on color. I like it all. Let's set these little babies over here and go into our class portion of Glass with a Class. Today we're learning the difference in your and your. Yes, they're pronounced exactly the same, but have 2 totally different meanings. Your, Y-O-U-R, shows possession. You might say, I'm coming to your house. Whose house? Your house. It shows who possesses your house. You do. Your, Y-O-U''R-E, is a contraction, which is one word made from 2 other words. For instance, don't is a contraction for do not. Isn't is a contraction for is not. In our case today, the 2 words are you and are. Your, Y-O-U''R-E, simply means you are. For instance, you're not coming into my house with those dirty shoes. Here are sentences from the Bible using these words. Exodus chapter 20, verse 7. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not leave him unpunished who takes his name in vain. Judges chapter 11, verse 7. Jephthah said to them, didn't you hate me and drive me from my father's house? Why do you come to me now when you're in trouble? Well, I hope you enjoyed today's installment of Glass with a Class. I did. Next session, we'll take a look at glass company logos and maker's marks. It'll be interesting. See you next time. Bye-bye.